Bristol, like many port cities in the UK, suffered from some terrible bombing in the 40s and to a certain extent still does so. That was exacerbated by some bad planning in the 50s, 60s, 70s, some political dithering in the 80s and 90s, and some timidity about our planning in the 21st century. So we're standing in front of St Mary Le Port, or the remains of St Mary Le Port, which suffered from that bombing in 1941 when Bristol was blitzed. It's a disgrace, really, that it still sits in this terrible environment that was left over from that 50s and 60s planning. And yet it's a huge opportunity. And if we bring together that heritage of what remains of the church, together with some good new development, we may be able to recreate the scale of the high street that has been devastated by the highways planning that swept it away. We all know that heritage has a vital role to play in cities and can act as a great catalyst when it comes to regeneration. We've seen towns and cities transformed with new uses for old buildings, the opening up of areas once closed off to the public, and long neglected sites and assets taking on a new lease of life. In the mid-70s, the City Council, believe it or not, sold these cranes to a scrap merchant. They would have gone. So a few of us got together and formed a new company called City Docks Ventures Limited and put 100 quid in each to collect 3,000 quid to give the scrap merchant a bit of a profit, bought them off him, and then embarrassed the City Council to buy them back off us. And here they are, and now Bristol is really proud of them. So this is M-Shed, the Museum of Bristol. Until recently it was disused transit sheds, is now an extremely popular museum of the city. It tackles some of our difficult history, the history of slavery, but also the good things about our relationship with the rest of the world. And it serves the citizens of Bristol and visitors really well in telling them both our ancient and our modern history. One of Bristol's biggest attractions is Isambard Kingdom Brunel's SS Great Britain, which was towed back from the Falkland Islands to the dock in which she was originally built and is now superbly restored and presented. From the transformation of the old tobacco factory through to the wonderful conversion of St Paul's Church to a circus school, heritage can be transformed and transformational. Heritage absolutely has a role to play in the social and economic well-being of places like Bristol, bringing people together in common purpose as well as giving a great pride in place. And here we are in the Underfall yard, part of Bristol's industrial past. Not a bit of sanitised heritage, but a real working place where people are building boats, using their craft. It is a place where people can come and watch things happening, a real live bit of Bristol's history. So I think we all know what the heritage can do for us. But how do we get over those barriers? Sometimes the resistance to change or limited imagination. And of course the very big one, the question of where do we get the resources, the money to be able to make it happen? Can we justify as a city the level of expenditure that's necessary on our heritage? Is it right that we should do so in times of austerity when we're having to make cuts in essential services? I believe it's very right. I believe it's a really good investment. It's about giving pride of place. It is about making quite sure that we involve the community in the identity of the city. I believe it's an economic issue, that if you can create a place that people are proud of, that you bring the investment that is so necessary to bring the jobs that make the place that everybody wants to live and work in.